Hi, this is Stewart Scothorn with the Long-Term Care Link. Let's go over 10 of the most frequently asked questions about short-term care. One of the questions that usually comes up is, wait a minute, what the heck is short-term care and what's long-term care? Long-term care and short-term care are defined by that one word, long and short. Long can be literally over someone's lifetime, but short generally always connotates within 360 days. The care is very similar. You're going to be more comprehensive with long-term care than you are short-term care, but primarily what are you interested in? How you are going to convalesce after you've recovered from something, say a stroke, or say that you're recovering from cancer and you can't do 2 of the 6 daily activities that you normally do. So you need someone to help you with that process, whether or not it's bathing, feeding yourself, getting out of bed, moving around. All of those things are considered part of the daily activities. The person that could benefit from short-term care most are really 2 scenarios. 70% of people that are 65 and older will need some type of long-term or short-term care insurance, meaning they are going to need something like what we're talking about, where you need help to come in and take care of you, getting you out of bed, feeding you, bathing you, those kind of things. The question becomes, what do we have in place? Who can benefit? What about somebody that already has long-term care? Could they even benefit from a short-term care policy? The answer is yes, because there's usually a 180-day or 90-day or 1-year elimination period with long-term care policies. So a short-term care policy would help on that. Also, short-term care can help even with somebody that's not of Medicare age. So what happens if somebody has a stroke and needs to be taken care of, or they're going through chemotherapy and needs to be taken care of? Those are the things that you're going to see short-term care policies help out with. In terms of coverage for short-term care coverage, the question is really, what in the world, how does that really work? How do you pay and what do you pay for? So the question on short-term care, how and what do they pay, is really very easy. Once you've been diagnosed as having 2 of the 6 daily activities that you can't do, automatically most of those policies will pay you on a per day basis. So say $100, $200, $300, and you would get paid on that basis while you were in that situation of having the need for convalescent care. So again, from our perspective, long-term care and short-term care have a lot of similarities except one. And the similarities are, it's for the same reason that both of them are actually important, meaning there is no insurance in your health insurance, whether or not you have a Medicare supplement policy, a Medicare Advantage policy, or just regular health care that will cover you after a certain number of days in skilled nursing or even out of skilled nursing. So it is a cost, and generally that cost is extreme. What do I mean by that? If it's really extreme, you could be spending $20,000 a month inside someplace to be taken care of, or $20,000 a month in your home being taken care of. You're going to want some kind of income or insurance to offset some of those costs. Both long-term care and short-term care are products that can do that. The difference with short-term care is it is short. 1 year is usually the maximum that you're going to have. Does it cover anything past that? The answer is that's why we need to look at long-term care. Short-term care is an option though for almost everybody. Long-term care is something strategically you want to make sure you're going to protect your retirement savings longer term. But short-term care is something that almost anybody could go ahead and look at getting. Is there an opportunity within short-term care to decide maybe what benefit type you have? And the answer usually is yes, from a dollar amount. So usually with short-term care, there is amount per day that you're going to get paid out. So that amount is usually $100, $200, $300 a day. So you do have options, but as you can imagine, if you want a $300 a day amount for a benefit, that's going to increase your premium compared to a $100 a day. So those are things to consider. Obviously, it's important just to have it, but we can really kind of refine that when you get a chance to talk to us. As it is with all insurance, we will have to have some kind of approval from the insurance company for medical conditions. If you're in the midst of being in a situation that you need short-term care, it's kind of like having a wreck and not having car insurance. You're not going to be able to go back and get car insurance after you have the wreck. So there's not really an opportunity. We need to have that discussion on the front end to prevent that from happening. One of the things that you may want to do is talk to one of our agents about your short-term care situation, because it's a little bit more lenient than, say, for example, a long-term care policy that's underwritten, or maybe even just a regular health insurance policy. So you may find out that you do qualify, but what I would encourage you to do is to make sure you get in touch with us so we can go ahead and underwrite that and make sure this is going to fit your plans. Most importantly, what we have seen, it's just disastrous results if we hadn't planned for this. Nobody anticipates having to spend $200,000 or $300,000 a year for something that their loved one is recovering with, that you don't want to deny them that opportunity to recover, and you find out that you've spent your last dollar. I'd encourage you to give us an opportunity to go ahead and look at your situation and see what we can come up with to resolve any kind of issue that could arise in the future. One of the questions that usually is one that we can look at as what happens is short-term care coordinate benefits with my health insurance? Because I'm in the hospital and I find that my health insurance is paying for the hospital, and yet now I've got to go to a skilled nursing facility, or maybe I'm having home health care and some of the benefits are being paid by my insurance. Does that get coordinated with short-term care? The answer is, generally speaking, no. And when I say no, I mean your policy with short-term care is based on when your need takes place. So when those 2 of the 6 daily activities you can't do automatically will trigger how your payments will come, and then they will continue to come until you are no longer in that position, or until the term runs out within the short-term policy. So either one of those, it does not coordinate benefits with your insurance. It continues to pay regardless of what your health insurance does. As with almost any insurance, you want to have it before you need it. And let me encourage you, in part of most of our planning that we do at all of the different companies, but particularly with the long-term care link, we absolutely want to sit down and say, look, let's look at this as part of your overall financial plan. Everybody wants to talk about all of the good things, and I understand this is not a fun topic, but if it's not taken care of, it's one of those that I guess I see trip people up more than any other issue, is to not plan for something that could happen, and then it does. This is something you need to be doing on the front end. Let me encourage you, if you have more questions, which I'm sure you do, we have found that our clients enjoy our private Facebook group. And if you click on the link below, you can get set up to answer some of those questions that you have.